Yay Networks.
Hey everybody, welcome to This Is Life. My name is Heather.
What up, though? My name is Cornelius.
And we're going to continue our conversation of fighting for your marriage. I feel like the conversation was good last week.
Yeah, it was really good.
I feel like it was solid.
Talking about that whole perfectionist thing.
Yeah, that perfectionism thing. That's hard because you just put so much pressure on your spouse and yourself to reach this image that doesn't even exist.
Doesn't exist. It's so dumb.
It's a fantasy. And I literally had to renounce that fantasy spirit.
That fantasy.
Sure did. Because I realized it entered as a child. I would watch movies. Seriously, I watched movies. We are souls, or we are spirits. We possess a soul. We live in a physical body. And I realized that fantasy spirit entered into my life
Was
as
it
a child.
Disney movie?
No.
What kind of movie was it?
I don't remember. But it made me think that the grass was always greener on everybody else's grass but my own.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in a home where I'm adopted. So I used to be so jealous of families, like small families though. It was almost like mother, father, son, daughter. Those were the families I would be jealous of growing up. Isn't that wild? And I would look at them like everybody looks like everybody. They look the same. And I used to be jealous of that because I grew up with 24 sisters and brothers. We all look different. So I'd watch these movies on TV where I'd see the perfect families and I'd just be like, I wish.
All the families you thought were perfect.
The families I thought were perfect. And then you realize you grow up and you be like, girl, bye. Ain't nobody perfect.
These families crazy.
They all crazy. Everybody has crazy in them.
Yeah.
Everybody. And we've got to like burst this fake bubble of fantasy, of perfection, of this striving. And I've had to daily like lay that down and be like, no, this is my reality. I love my reality. I love my husband. I love my children. I love my family. I love my businesses. I love where God has placed me. And this is where I'm supposed to be. And I'm going to find the beauty in it right now.
Yeah. And even there are days when you may not like something. And being and owning that reality and being okay with it.
Yeah.
Like there's some days my wife wake up, she probably don't like me. And you know what? That's super cool because I'm super dope. And she won't like me for 5 minutes. But then I'm going to be playing around with her enough. She's going to be like, okay, I like him again. It's okay. And then plus, I recognize you're a woman.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, women.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Like in one, women, let's be honest. In 1 month, y'all go through 4 seasons. Ain't that right?
Sure do.
I'll do 4 seasons. It's like,
my hormones went crazy after I gave birth to Roman. So the beginning.
I told my wife a story earlier today about what happened in the gym. And she started crying. I was like, okay, yep, this is, I know what season we in right now.
I know, I'm about to be in my period.
I was like, is she crying? She was like, oh my God, it's bringing tears, man. This is so sweet. I was like, okay, I know what season we in. This is fall. We headed towards winter.
Because he gave his life to Jesus. Like he was like, I'm open to God because of you. So,
yeah, it was dope.
It was dope. But I definitely was like bawling my eyes out.
A guy basically said, he was like, he pulled me to the side and he basically said, I've never been open to God because he was real cool with me. He would always, he cursed and said all kind of crazy stuff to me in the gym all the time. And then somebody else in the gym found out I was a pastor, I was a preacher. They told him. He came to me and was like, he was nervous. He was like, so I've been talking to you this way and I almost feel bad because you're this. And I looked at him. The first thing I said to him was, I want you to be yourself. Continue to be yourself. Yeah. And so when I walked in, I walked over to him because he was down today. And I just looked at him. I said, yo, how you doing? Like, what's up? You tired? And he almost started crying. Pulled me to the side and he was like, nobody asked me how I'm doing. And long story short, he went through some other stuff. And then he said, I've never really been open to God until now because of you.
I know that made me cry. It was beautiful. But yeah, I'm also hormonal.
I tell you something like that and you don't be crying. When you start crying, I was like,
yeah, I'm about to be in my period.
We in fall. We headed towards winter. But hey.
It's true. Hormones are up and down. I actually have a doctor's appointment. I want to get mine checked again because I'm like, I got them checked last time. Y'all said it was normal, but it don't feel normal.
No, it ain't normal.
As I tiptoe towards menopause in about 15, 20 years. Praise the Lord. But what's interesting though is like who I was when you met me in my 20s is not who I was when you met me in my 30s. And it's not who I am now. And I'm now 40. And I feel like marriage is going to go through seasons. And if you can tough out the seasons, I feel like it gets sweeter and you begin to learn each other and understand each other so much better. But you almost have to work through the crap so you can actually see the beauty on the other side of it.
Yeah. I remember because when we first got together, like you would get upset with me because I wanted to go to the gym by myself.
Now I'm like, how come you haven't gone? You need to go. Bye.
She'd be like,
are you going to the gym, please?
We first got together. I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to the gym. She's like, okay, let me get my shoes. And I'm like, no, I'm just by myself.
And I cried.
And she's like, oh, you don't be around me? Is there something wrong with me?
I thought he was rejecting me.
Is there something wrong with me? Like, why don't you want to go with me? Like, there are other people who are at the gym. They're married. And I was just like, I want to go by myself. I've been around you all day. And she, but then now she looks at me and she's like,
you'd be like, come to the gym with me. I'm like, I'm good.
She does. I'd be like, y'all about to run to the grocery store. You want to go? You'd be like, no, just pick me up some mushrooms. I'd be like, yo,
good. Like I want to go.
I want you to go. 10 years ago, that would have been a whole argument.
It would have been, yeah.
Like, are you going to the grocery store? What are you going to get? I'll go. And I'd be like, no, I want you to go. Why don't you want me to go? And I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah, now I'm just
and some of y'all probably going through that right now. So we letting y'all know it does change.
It does. It does change. It gets better.
It gets better.
Then you throw kids in there. I'd be tired, child. I be want my space. Can all y'all just leave the house for a little bit together and then come back? But don't be gone too long because I miss you.
Yo, I got like some of the realest stuff I ever heard. They were saying like your wife is she changes. You're gonna get a different woman when you get married. And then you're going to get a different woman when she has children.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all may be out there dating right now. The moment you put a ring on her finger, she becomes a completely different woman.
We together forever.
And then the moment y'all have kids, you all like, yeah, I know her. Yeah, we saw it. Yeah.
Different versions, man.
I'm like, no, you don't even know, bro. Wait till you have a kid. You even know.
You gotta weather those storms, though. You gotta weather the storms and get the help you need and get the support you need and go to your therapy. And
you need community, like healthy, authentic community. You don't need no self-righteous religion. Let me shut up. Go ahead.
That's real. You need community therapies. You need marriage retreats. We actually have a marriage retreat.
December, first week in December.
And we're going skiing in Lake Tahoe.
Lake Tahoe. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
How do they find that, babe?
Oh, they go to corneliuslindsay.com. corneliuslindsay.com. And it is, the top, it says conferences and retreats. Just click retreats. And it's on there.
I think that retreats are important. Marriages need that time to get away. Get the heck away from the kids, from the house.
And we have fun at our retreats.
Yeah.
Like this ain't your grandmama's retreat. None against your grandmama or the retreat she went to. I'm quite sure they were fun.
We probably laugh at 80% of it.
Because we feel like the retreat should be more about experiences than it is information.
That's real.
We have sessions because some people just want all the sessions. So we do sessions, which even our sessions are extremely real, extremely authentic. We take questions. Yeah. And sometimes questions can go there, right?
Intense. Oh, they go there.
They go there. We'd be like, all right, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing in the marriage retreat. And it's fun. Then at the end of it, we do like a vow renewal service.
Yep.
Which is cool. Like you can renew your vows.
Yeah.
It's a dope thing. If you come there and you ain't married yet, you want to get married, you can come to the vow renewal service and we'll hook you up.
I think it's going to be good. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Especially since we've never gone to the snow.
Yeah, we've never done one in the snow before. So that should be really cool. But so so the ladies out there who are contemplating walking away right now, like what would you tell them? Because you've been there where you were.
I was gone.
Well, you was gone.
I was gone.
Divorce papers in hand.
Didn't post it on social media, but I was definitely there. I think first just seeking the Lord. And this is not me being like all super like religious about it.
Just answer the question.
But really, like.
Yeah, that's okay.
I have to ask myself, like, is the grass really greener on the other side? Like, is this what I really want, or am I just in a storm right now? Like, am I quitting in this storm, or am I gonna press through and keep going? And then I sought the Lord to be like, can I leave this ninja? Like, come on, Jesus, like, give me the okay. And he didn't give me the okay.
He didn't.
And I was like, but why? Like, let me, and, I feel like when you're in it, you're going to look for excuses to leave. And then you're going to get voices that agree with those reasons, right? And you can build an entire case and really believe that you're right. But I wanted to hear what God wanted me to do. And it was clear to me that he said, this is actually the scripture he said Proverbs 3:5. He said, trust in the Lord with all of your heart and don't lean to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge me and I'll direct your path. And I remember it was lean to my own understanding, because my own understanding, my soul was not happy. I was not satisfied. But I realized, God, there's got to be something on the other side of this test that you're trying to get me to. And if I abort the process now, I'm not going to see it, and I want to see what's on the other side. And not only that, like I want to be 80 years old sitting with my husband, looking at our grandbabies. I want us to be together. I want us to have, a bunch of grandbabies. I want us to travel the world. And I just said, I have to be patient and not make a decision right now. Mm-hmm. That's how I felt. I said, I just need to chill. Let me just chill. I don't feel like God's leading me to do this. Let me just chill. I have nothing to say to him. I have nothing to say to anybody. I'm just gonna really just be still and just wait on the Lord and see what he wants me to do, and just take it one day at a time. Because like I said, if you have enough voices in your ear, they're gonna persuade you to make a decision, and those same voices aren't gonna be there 10 years down the line when you're trying to raise your family and you're by yourself, right? So for me, I think just being still, not feeling like, oh, I need to just hurry up and rush and, I'm done. I'm sick of this. I'm just like, all right, let me just be patient and see what the Lord wants me to do. What about you, babe? For those people who feel like they're done and they're ready to walk out, do you want to take a break?
I'm going to take a break real quick and I'm going to tell you. So let's take a break. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Give online therapy a try at BetterHelp.com/Lindsay's and get on your way to being your best self.
Yes. So I have found with a lot of moms, especially moms, and dads do this too, but they're constantly giving to everybody else.
Yeah.
And if you're constantly giving to everybody else, when are you going to take time to pour into yourself? When are you going to get a facial for your soul? And I think the best way to do that is through BetterHelp. I love them, you guys. You can connect with somebody within 48 hours. You get matched with a therapist based on what you need, whether it be stress, anxiety, regardless of what you're facing. You don't have to face it alone. And it's time to get your cup filled back up again.
It's dope. And you out there, man, you thinking about giving online therapy a try, let me tell y'all, BetterHelp is where it's at. Mm-hmm. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire. You can get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Lindsay's today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp. HELP.com/Lindsay's, LINDSEYS. As my wife said, give your soul that facial, baby.
Yes.
BetterHelp. HELP.com/Lindsay's, LINDSEYS.
So you've also wanted to leave and had the divorce papers in your hand, and you're like, I'm done with this. So what made you stay and keep fighting in that moment?
There wasn't ever a moment in my life where I've never had a moment in my life where I could honestly say I have not loved you.
Oh, baby, that's so sweet. That's beautiful. That was sweet.
I think that part of it was we had a conversation. And we said we will never stay because of the kids.
Uh-huh.
And we'll never stay because of the image. That we'll only stay if we want to. Mm-hmm. And for me, after that conversation, I knew I wasn't healthy enough to make a decision to stay married. Because at that time, I wasn't even healthy enough to stay alive.
Yeah.
Like I was so depressed and so suicidal that I didn't even want to live.
Yeah.
So during that time to make such a decision to leave my marriage, even though I was an idiot, even though I was stupid, even though I've done all these dumb things, no matter what it was, I realized that I was just so freaking unhealthy. And I knew I couldn't make a decision being that unhealthy.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of brothers out there, like a lot of men don't realize just how unhealthy we are.
That's real.
And I had all this freaking trauma and all this crap, even stuff that I didn't even know about.
It's heavy. Yeah.
That I couldn't define my roots. You know what I mean?
Because you didn't know what your roots were.
I didn't know what my roots were. I've
Yeah.
lived in confusion for 36 years. It was just last August that I was able to, okay, this dude who raised me, he's not my dad. Okay, this is my dad. Oh, well, that makes sense because now when I see him, I look like him.
You look exactly like him.
I look like him.
You act like him.
I talk like him.
Crazy.
It's insane, but I'm like, now
Yeah.
I'm able to see my roots. And now I'm able to see why I was so
Yeah.
performance oriented and why I was so achievement based, because I was constantly trying to get his approval. And I didn't even know I was trying to get the approval from a man that I didn't even share roots with.
Yeah. And you didn't know that.
I didn't know it. So it's like, I had all this crap going on in me.
It's real.
And so for me, it was like, okay, do I just walk away from this? Because if I walk away from this, I just felt like I'm gonna leave from this, and I'm gonna be in a lot of regret.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, well now I'm healthy, and now I'm able to see clearly, but now I've already made dumb decisions
And now
while I was
want
unhealthy.
My wife back and my family.
I
back.
want my wife, and my family back, and it's like, okay, now I come crawling back, like, no, I've changed, like which has happened before.
Which has happened, yeah.
Like people come back and they're like, no, like I didn't understand it before, and I didn't understand it, and
Yeah.
you know, more power to y'all for even trying to make that work.
But you can't make a decision if your vision is clouded.
No, man, I was all over the place.
Tough. No, it's tough. I think people can step back and say, am I healthy? Am I in a good place right now? If I'm not, then I don't need to make a decision. You said this early on in our marriage. You said, don't make a decision when you're hungry. Tired, or sleepy. Just don't make a decision because...
Or horny.
Yeah. You don't make the best decisions, right? And so I found that, not making those decisions during those things, it's helped because you want your vision to be clear.
Yeah. And you want to, and like, legit, don't live in an echo chamber.
Yeah.
That's filled with a bunch of voices of people that you want to agree with how you feel.
That's real.
So you sitting there listening to all these voices and they telling you like, yeah, you need to leave and you need to leave, you need to leave, you need to leave.
He ain't no good. He just see that.
Or like even like, bro, you with your boys and they like, yeah, like bro, like you just need to get up out of there and you can come to the club with me and you can come chill on my couch for a little bit and but it's like,
go home.
You're not healthy enough to make a decision. Even if you got to look at your spouse, which we did, and we just like, okay, I need to work on me right now. Like
we did.
Because we didn't have the capacity to be able to like give each other everything we had because we were so freaking empty.
Yeah, we were. So we literally like locked in and worked on ourselves individually, but still stayed in the home.
Yeah,
together.
still stayed in the home. Still did what we were supposed. I mean, we still communicate. We still conversed and all that kind of stuff. Like we still did the married thing, but we just went through that season where it wasn't as much as it used to be as it was because we knew, hey, we're both on a journey.
We're on a journey.
Like she's talking to her therapist. I'm talking to mine. Like she's dealing with her stuff. I'm dealing with mine. We come back and we have these conversations, and I think it also clicked in my head when I started realizing like our stories were a lot more similar than what I thought they would be. Because at first, when I met you, I was like, oh, this girl adopted. Like, she got a lot of trauma. She got a lot of stuff going on in her life. She don't know nobody.
Wow.
Okay. Nah, legit. I thought that. That's what, but that was that self-righteous. I was like, dang, she don't know nobody. She don't know mama or her daddy. And then like, now we get to this point, I'm like, oh, snap, I ain't really know my daddy.
Okay, baby.
And then when I met my dad, 2 weeks later, you met your dad.
Yeah. It was wild.
That was
like,
crazy.
How could that even happen?
Like, God had to set all that up.
He did.
And it's like, but why would you wait 36 years though? You know what I'm talking about? And for you, 40 years.
It's crazy.
But like at the exact time where both of us were like, oh, we done.
Yeah.
Like we were like, oh, it's
stressed.
Out. And then all of a sudden, like I meet my dad.
It was like healing came.
You met your dad. And then it was like, we met our roots. And it was like, oh, That's healing. And it's like, and then it just brought us together.
It did. It brought us together.
Something that's real, something that's authentic, but something we don't have to play with. Like we ain't in this because like, the kids, we want the kids to be happy.
No, like I actually want to be in a marriage where I love my husband and I want to be with him, and it's where I'm happy.
And we have fun.
We have so much fun. I don't want to be like fake.
No, I can't do fake anymore. I'm sorry, I'm out of fake. That's the reason why I be having a hard time at church. I'd be like, y'all people fake.
I just feel like life is short.
It is.
Are you going to spend your whole life in like these fake relationships? Like, are you going to be authentic and real and be like, this needs to change. We need to get better. I want to grow.
Yep. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, that's it, baby.
I mean, it's like, and then you get to that point where you like when you get to that point of you're really free. Here's my other saying. Like I know y'all heard my other one. It is what it is. It was what it was. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. My other saying is, I have nothing to prove. I have nothing to hide, and I have nothing to protect. Mm-hmm. Like I tell myself that every single day. I have nothing to prove. I have nothing to hide, and I have nothing to protect. And man, that brings me so much peace. Because I can truly live in authenticity. If you bring that into your marriage, and your relationship, it changes that thing forever. It's super cool. But y'all, we so thankful y'all be joining us. Yo, y'all be locking in, man.
I know, we appreciate
y'all be rocking with us.
Send this to somebody that's struggling in their marriage.
Yeah, be like, yo, I want you to listen to this. They be like, I don't want to hear them people. Be like, no, for real. That dude almost cussed on it. Hit the husband listen to it, then he like no for real, like don't be like, don't do the thing like they preachers, don't do that, because the husband gonna be like, I don't listen to him, he probably blah. It ain't like that. Just tell him, he almost cussed for real.
All right, love you guys.
All right, y'all, introduce us. We out. Bye.